the section is basically Craig Durkee and Leland and Russ and Danny. They're going out because once Carol stopped going out on the road,
right? Yeah,
because she was on the road with James. They got Craig Durkee to go on the road, so they're basically playing for James, and they become the section, like the rhythm section, and that's what they're jamming and this and that before as they're getting ready to sound check. And Peter Asher one day tapes it, let down from the board. He goes, check this out, guys, and they're just like, wow, that sounds pretty good. They're playing jazz fusion, and so they decide Peter Asher gets them a deal at Warner Brothers, and they do a couple albums over there, and I think another album at Capitol. But as Leland said, Warner Brothers had no idea what to do with them. Yeah. They thought they were going to get a Burrito Brothers or Eagles type of album. It was nothing like that. It was basically, jazz fusion, no vocals.
Yes. When I heard about an album like that, like I saw it in a used record, like, this will be good. Then like suddenly it's Spinal Tap, the new jazz infusion.
It's so funny because that's the music I love so much, and I didn't know about it.
Yeah, like baked potatoes.
Yeah, stuff. Exactly. The stuff I grew up in that I was into. And so that's how the section comes about. And then then they're doing Jackson Browne's, all his stuff, and they get on the road with him doing Running on Empty.
Yeah, right.
And they would open up doing their own stuff, and then they would do Jackson or James stuff. Yeah. So that's how then Waddy comes in. They asked Waddy to participate. He goes, nah, it's not my thing.
He knows.
He's so funny.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's great.
He's very opinionated.
Oh yeah, but
they all are.
They all are.
So, but he's out there.
Yeah, no, yeah. I wouldn't. I would leave Danny. I would not argue with Danny or Waddy at all.
All right, so
I could never.
So if they were the dwarves, what would you label them at?
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
So Waddy is.
Oh my God, I didn't. There are such characters. I wish we could do a cartoon of them. It's funny. I'm looking at the fridge over there. And it's like, yes, you're right. It could be like Emma. Emma would be Leland, the soft, sweet spoken man.
See, when we were doing the podcast, Leland was the one who's the glue, who's like, holding it all together with this interview. And
also Leland's the only one probably remembers.
Yeah.
Because Leland didn't do a drug in his life.
Yeah.
That's the other interesting thing about it. And they all talk about it. It's like Lee doesn't touch alcohol, and not because he's holy. It's not his thing. My father was the same way. They didn't let you, they're OCD in a weird way that they don't like being out of control. Yeah. My dad was like that. He didn't like the feeling of, no, I don't like that. I don't like being out. He didn't take Novocaine. He didn't want to even have Novocaine pulling the teeth out. So Leland's the same way in a sense that he never touched anything. So his memory is killer. Yeah. And as Russ says in the movie, he goes, there's a lot of fogginess. I blame Waddy for that.